Hi guys, welcome to Moving On TV. And what is love? What is love? What is love? And how can we use real love, L-O-V, L-A-V in light language, open. Ahava, as you know, I like to use the word ahava. Ahava in Hebrew is love. Ahava. Yeah, amore. When you say you love someone, what does that mean? Yeah, does that mean I'm going to give my whole life to someone? Does that mean I'm going to sacrifice myself for someone? Or does that mean that I will love unconditionally? What does love mean? Who invented it? Where did it come from? What did you learn about love that may stop you from being happy? That's what we're going to look at today. But before that, read a channel message that I brought through Lumiere, the star seed that I am, about what love is. Somebody asked me to create a definition, or asked something to create a definition. And so this is what I came through, and I will read it because I've got people on Instagram here as well that are coming on. So let's read it. Okay. The definition of love is the most powerful connection in the universe that conquers all. Love conquers all. It is where everyone is respected and equal and celebrated for their uniqueness. It's the tapestry of life we weave where all fit beautifully together like a perfect harmony. It's where we share our gifts and our strengths and lift each other, and where we are the footprints in the sand to all our brothers and sisters. It's the pure light of spirit that encompasses each and every child and adult and all creatures, great and small. It's what unites and cannot divide, as its energy cannot lessen, it can only expand. So it is infinite, unlike another energy. It's the open heart, the blossom on a tree, the smile of innocence, and it can never end. The more it is given, the more it expands. And it's like a boomerang, because when you give it out, it returns to you even more. So that is the definition of love. Love. Let's see what the definition of love is in a dictionary. Love. What is love? A definition of love. That was the definition of the star seed, Lumiere. So what is the definition of love? Love is where it breaks all boundaries. Love is where, like myself coming on here, after the couple of days that I've just had, here's the definition of love. An intense affection for another person based on, no. You see, that's not love. I'm going to actually, this is what you're taught love is. This is what you are taught that love is. But love is unconditional. Love is unconditional. Love is when you love something so much as I love moving on TV and I love helping and healing humanity. It doesn't matter to me if there's one person, two people, or whatever. I will come on here because I believe in what I'm doing. And I do it from here, from my heart. Okay? So the definition of love here, that is to me, is what you're brought up to believe. What does it mean, love? This is not love. Romantic connections is not love. Okay? We'll go through all of this. That's a serenity prayer, okay? Instead. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Let me bring this up. What is love? There it is. Okay. Love is unconditional. Okay? There. An intense affection for another person based on a personal or familial ties. The deep tenderness, affection, and concern felt for a person with whom one has a relationship. So we're in trouble, aren't we? We're in big trouble. If that's what love is, then we are in big trouble. Because what happens when that person leaves you? What happens when you're in grief and you can't function? Yeah, we love our animals. Like Peace and Ellie are my babies. I adore my babies, yeah? But to you, they're just cats. You adore your dog or, whatever. We all have a connection. But when that animal dies or gets lost, we fall apart. When that person dies, we fall apart. That is not love, okay? So if you want to stay sane, I want you to wipe that intention off of your life altogether. Gone, finished. I'm getting rid of it because that will make you ill. If that's what you believe, that love is an intense connection, attachment to another human being or pet, or even my connection to moving on TV, the TV station that I adore, that I work on as much as I can nearly every day to do what I love, or singing. What happens if I lose my voice? Does that mean that my life is over? No, that's not love, guys. People say, oh, if you love me, you'll do this for me. You've been brought up to believe that love is death, like Romeo and Juliet. They died for each other. That's not love. Okay? You know, when they say to you, when you get on an airplane, you first of all, you put the mask on yourself so you can save another. That is love. Yeah? If you run in front of a car because to save a child, then you are running with you are going impulsively, and you probably will die. And then you can't save the child anyway. That is not love. That is impulse. It's an impulse. Love is saying, okay, I'm going to protect myself here. I don't know, I'll assess the situation, but you don't, that is not love, because you're likely to die. Where did that come from? So love conquers all. Okay, I could get into I'm not a parent, and I could get into a big conversation with a mom who would say, I would jump in front of a car for my child. I get it. I get it. But then they're likely to die as well. So they're going to lose their life and the child. So do you see where I'm coming from? Love is, first of all, self-protection, is self-love. And it's not narcissistic to love yourself. Yeah? It's not narcissistic to love yourself. I'm going to show you what love, which with unconditional, I'm going to show you what love does, which is not really love, it's attachment and grief. Hang on a second. For that, I have to get a box of Rice Krispies. Right, note, a box of Rice Krispies. Look at the Rice Krispies. They're all battered and bruised. They're not being eaten. Now, this is one of the biggest. I am working non-stop on myself to let go so I can teach you. Doing my meditations, crying non-stop, letting go, letting go. Look at the state of this box of Rice Krispies. Hi, Paula. How are you, sweetheart? We're talking about attachments versus love. Can you see this box of Rice Krispies? Look at the indentions in it. For the last couple of days, I've been sitting on the couch like this, and I would not let go of this box of Rice Krispies. Do you know why? Because these Rice Krispies represent my father, my dad. And my biggest issues in life, or the huge connection that little girls have to their dads. You know what I mean, Paula? If you were lucky to have a dad like mine, who was also fun and caring and had his moments, the connection between the daughter and the father, daddy fixes everything. Daddy can fix anything. That's how I felt. Now, my dad died 6 years ago, and my whole life, my marriage, my friendships, if a man came into my life, they became daddy, because that's all I knew. And so a man can fix anything. And that, what kind of marriage or relationship can you have when you think a man is always going to fix you, always going to fix every issue? So I'm working on myself non-stop. And I've had a really difficult week with loads of rejection, loads of pain. And of course, I'm, Daddy, help! Daddy's in heaven. Help! It used to be, hi, Dad, it's Lauren, can you fix me? And he'd write a check, and I'd go to Edinburgh. Then Daddy died. He left me some money, but the money, over 6 years, the money is gone. It was living, survival. Dad is gone. There is no cash machine in the sky, Lauren. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So look at this box. Look at it. It's not exactly normal, is it? So the ascension is about us understanding that, yes, I love Dad. I love Dad the way a little girl loves her father. Little girls and their dads, it's a very special connection. We all know that. But Daddy is not God. On the contrary, Daddy is just a human being that is stressed out, that blamed me for everything and gave me a massive guilt complex. And now Daddy is gone. And Lauren has to stand on her own 2 feet. So there she is, sitting like this, crying, dad, crying, non-stop crying, really giving herself a chance to understand this attachment. This is not love, this is an attachment. Okay? I've been watching this program called This Is Us. And it's a story of 3 generations. And this girl, and not only that, you develop an eating disorder. A lot of girls that are too connected to their fathers develop an eating disorder. And this girl, when her father died, she developed an eating disorder. She's huge. Anyway, she kept her father's urn for 20 years. It was in the house. And that she got to a point where she was going to get married. And the father is the main figure in this series. This Is Us. It's a brilliant series. I'd recommend you watch it. It's about families. It's on Amazon. Anyway, so if she's going to get married, right? And so she decides, she takes the urn and she releases her dad at long last after 20 years. My father never came to my wedding. My parents never came to my wedding. I was given away by my father's foster brother. But that intense relationship with dad, which is so damaging because he was God. I remember always thinking, Dad will fix it. Dad will fix it because he loves me. Daddy will fix anything. He loves me. But Daddy couldn't fix anything, guys. And he couldn't. He can fix it more now because he's up there in heaven. He couldn't fix anything. Dad would go out there and do his best, and he would put a mask on, and you'd think he'd fixed it. No, he hadn't. He'd made it a lot worse. He'd wrap me up in cotton wool and wouldn't let me breathe. So that's how I expected love to be. That's what love was to me. To me, it was, if you're a good girl, we'll love you, Lauren. If you don't cry, we'll love you, Lauren. Conditional. Not unconditional, conditional. Love is free. Love belongs to everyone. You can love the person on the street, the beggar, or the person that is cleaning the roads, the same way as you love the person that lives in your life. It's unconditional. It's an energy. You can't put your finger on it, okay? I'm just going to invite someone to my talk because they're interested in my work. Right, let me invite you. Right, please watch me live. Please watch. I've got this offer from somewhere to be in a booklet. They want to know what Moving On TV is. They want to distribute Moving On TV all across these churches, which could be really exciting, where a lot of people can understand what love is. So I'm going to send them this link. This is what love is, right? Please watch me, because then you get a general idea of how I teach. And, you know, if you do that, okay, there you go. Right, I'm live. Okay, so you need, but the most important thing with love learning to love yourself. Remember, we'll do that song. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. Remember, learning to love yourself. And I'm talking about healthy narcissism, where you take care of yourself, where you eat properly, where you do what you need to do to get happy. If you have to sit like me, like this, clutched up to a box of Rice Krispies saying, Daddy, I miss you so much, and why can't you fix me? I'm being evicted. Help, Daddy, Daddy, I need you to help. Then you're not loving yourself. This is love. This is self-love. Because you need to deal with it. You've got to deal with it. You can't pretend that you don't have these issues. I can never, ever have a relationship with a man again until I sort out my parents' issues. Now, I've sorted, my mother wasn't as hard as dad to sort out. It was just being grateful and letting her go, because my mother had no love in her, bless her. She was pure ingratitude, hatred, sadness, nothing. My mum was like dead wood, bless her. She couldn't give at all. And I'm the exact opposite. I always have been. From the time I was a tiny child, I always hugged everyone until they took me to that country and I lost the ability to give. But I'm back again. I'm hugging everyone. And I'm explaining to you that until I release daddy and the fact that daddy fixes everything, there's no way on this planet that I can have a relationship. How can I? When I see every man as a fixer, as my parent figure. You can't. So love, you have to understand that when you love someone, you have to release your expectation. Now, look, if you're a tiny little child, if your child loves you and you're the dad, you can only do your best. But don't let them put you on a pedestal. Explain to them, Daddy. Hi, Beth. Thank you for joining. Hi. We're talking about little girls and their dads and the love that little girls have for their dads. If you are a father, love your child, but explain to them and say, look, sweetheart, I'm not God. I really am not God. I have my struggles. Unfortunately, my dad didn't say that. After my abuse, that dad couldn't help me because he was working and very innocent. But after the abuse happened, dad wrapped me up in cotton wool and he became God to me. Dad took me everywhere. It created an awful relationship with my sister. She was so jealous because dad only took, he was me. I was the focus of his life to protect me. And of course, the more he tried to protect me, the worse he made it in a lot of ways. Unfortunately, he made big mistakes. So if he'd sat down with me and said, Lauren, I'm really sorry, sweetheart. I can't fix this. I really can't. I love you. And so we'll try and figure this out together. I know when a child is really tiny, you can't do that. But once a child has a little bit of ego and understanding, you can do it. I would have loved if dad had done that. But you know what dad did is, even as an adult, he made me feel guilty. He told me I was to blame all the time because he couldn't fix it. And that makes me cry at the moment because I'm not healed. I'm not healed. So I cannot have a relationship with anyone until I understand this. Daddy is not God. No one is God. No one except God, love, which is a collective of people and a collective of what people can do, of the connection. If there's someone out there that can help me with the eviction, then they are love. They are doing their best to help me. But they're not God. They will make mistakes. Yeah. So you just have to trust as much as you can and do your best. But by all means, do not let yourself believe that love is this. Is not love. This is attachment. This is pain. This is grief of the fact that I miss my father every single day. I loved my dad because, as I say, you've got the daughter-father relationship. And because he was a good man deep down inside, and he gave me permission to rely on him for everything after the abuse. And so he destroyed me because he didn't understand. And my sister said to me, you know what, when dad dies, Lauren, you are going to be a mess because he didn't let you breathe. And it's true, dad didn't let me breathe. He didn't let me breathe. Okay, so if you're a parent and you love your child, you have to give them a chance to breathe. What's going on? No, the one I want is I want I'm going to sing this song and I want you to listen to the words. The greatest love of all is learning to love yourself. And if you have to if you've lost a parent, or if your parent is still alive, this is what identifies my relationship with my father, because he loved Rice Krispies. And when he was dying and they weren't feeding him, they threw him away like a piece of rubbish. I fed Dad Rice Krispies. He ate them for me. And it still hurts. I'm not able to open the packet. I'm not able to eat the Rice Krispies. I went out and bought a box of cornflakes to eat. I knew, because Martin came over and I couldn't go anywhere. And he said, "What do you want?" I said, "Can you get me a box of Rice Krispies?" And when he got them for me, I sat with him and realized, Lauren, this is your daddy issues. Your heart belongs to daddy. It always has done. The little girl's heart belongs to her daddy. And she thinks her daddy is her God. And it can mess you up, because daddy is not God. Daddy is just a human that is struggling. And if you are parents, you need to understand that, to love yourself. And if you, like me, are attached too much to the memories, to the fact that your father was God, because something inside me believes it, because that's how I was brought up. Daddy is God. Daddy will fix it. And that's what he told me. It's okay, Lauren, I'll get you to the doctor because you're not eating. And I'll tell the doctor to put you on pills when you're 10 years, 11, 12 years old, 13 years old, yeah? I will tell the doctor to put you on pills. And if you don't stick to your diet that you are told to do, I will embarrass you in front of everyone and tell everyone that Lauren broke her diet. Yeah. Because he didn't know what to do. And that screwed me up. A father who knew what to do would say, look, we're going to do our best. Yeah. I understand you're not eating, Lauren. We want to know why you're not eating. Why can't you eat? Well, because I was abused, Dad. I was hurt. I'm scared. I'm scared of the wars. I want to go home. That's a dad that is enlightened. You talk to your child. Talk to your child if you can. Sit them down and say, why are you not eating, sweetheart? I can't fix this for you. I can't fix it. But what's going on? There was only one person in just eat it. Hi, Stu. There was one person in my life, yeah, that asked me what was wrong with me and why I didn't eat when I was a young teenager. And that was my foster mother. Once she sat with me. She was adorable. She was my real mum. She was my real one. Look, if you don't understand the message behind it, Charlie Chalk, then you shouldn't be on Moving On TV, because you don't have that awareness and you're not on the vibration. So please leave. Okay. This is a symbolism. It could be a sweater. It could be a book. It could be the smiley. If someone gave this to you and you cannot let it go, then you've got an attachment. Okay. It's not love, it's an attachment. So with me, that's Dad. This represents the connection that I have to Dad. And crying for 2 days is good, because I'm releasing. And I can come on here and talk about it then and explain to you what love is. So love is not an attachment. And if you want a healthy relationship with a counterpart, with another human being, for God's sake, do not get into a relationship if you have not released your parental issues, because you'll destroy it. You'll destroy it. And so I walked away from my marriage. I've been single now for 1.5 years nearly, because when I do get into a relationship, please God, it will be because I've let go of those issues, because I love me and I don't need anyone to fix me. Do you get it? When you know that you are standing on your own 2 feet and you can eat this, you can eat the Rice Krispies. Oh, for God's sake. You see, these people are on a very low vibration. I'm not even listening. Stu, go and do some self-awareness and then maybe you'll understand what I'm talking about. Right. You have to be on a certain vibration to understand. When I'm ready to open this box and eat these Rice Krispies, then I've released the symbolism of what this means to me. In the meantime, I bought cornflakes. And then I'll know that when I meet a man, they will not have to live up to daddy in any way. Not in the mistakes that he made, and not in the kindness and the love that he made. Because he gave a lot of love and kindness. He gave a lot of kindness and love, but he was very screwed up. My father was an orphan with post-traumatic stress disorder who was injured in the war. And the kind of love that he gave was conditional. You be a good girl, I'll love you. Don't upset mommy, I'll love you. The dragon in the house. So today we're talking about love. And if you don't understand this, then don't be on Moving On TV because you're not going to learn. You need to try and understand what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? So this, as I said, is the same. You know when that girl had the urn of her father? So this is the urn of my dad. A box of Rice Krispies. Because that's how the mind works. We create things. We identify things. Like when your pet dies, you may hold on to their collar or their lead and you won't let it go. And you won't let anybody touch it. You know what I mean? It's like, don't sit in that chair. That's that chair. Ooh, don't sit in that chair. That's where mom used to sit. You know what I mean? We create attachments. And when we create attachments, that's when we cannot love unconditionally. It's impossible. And the first thing you have to do is you have to love yourself. You have to love you. Okay? First of all, when you love you, then the magic starts to happen. Then you understand, then you can sit, I can't function. Like Martin came around yesterday and I was like, Daddy! I love my daddy. I miss my daddy. And grief and crying and Daddy, why did you die? And I love you and I need you. How am I going to get out of this mess? Daddy, why don't you love me? And yada, yada, yada. And that's okay. Because that's the little child inside me. She misses her dad. Of course she misses her dad. He was her whole life. Her whole life. He took her everywhere. He took care of her. And he wouldn't let her get hurt. And every time there was something needed to be fixed, it was, hey, Dad, hi, it's Lauren. Can you fix it? Until he got really old and then it switched and I became his mom. And that's how we switched our dynamics because I loved him so much. I wasn't prepared to let him abuse me emotionally anymore. And he'd say to me, Lauren, you called me, my blood pressure's gone up. No, Dad. I can't do that to you, sweetheart. Your blood pressure went up. It's nothing to do with me. You got upset because I cannot live up to what you want me to do. I wrote his life story and he treated me like his secretary. It was funny, but also that's all Dad knew. And so I'd say to him, you know what, Dad? No. And I said to him, can you please treat my sister with respect? Take her for a coffee. Don't treat her like a slave. Because if you do, Dad, I'm going to pay the price when you die. She'll hate me. And guess what happens? You know? So parents, take responsibility for these things. Make yourself real. Remove that pedestal that your daughter puts you on, dads. Take yourself off the pedestal and be humble to your child and say, Daddy can't fix this. I'm sorry. And then they'll respect you and they'll grow up without a daddy issue, because a daddy issue destroys everything. It destroys your relationships. And they will be sitting years and years later after you've died, or even while you're still here thinking, oh my God, Daddy, I can't eat these Rice Krispies because they're you, they represent you. How can I eat them? I want you back because I need you to fix this eviction situation. I need you to fix my life. I can't do it on my own, Daddy. And you're screaming. And the more you do this, you let it go, you let it go, you let it go. You let your little girl or little boy feel. With little boys, it may be mums. With little girls, it's dads. So a little boy may compare everyone to their mum. A little girl may compare everyone to their dad. It's subconscious, guys. This is your consciousness, your conscious mind. This is your subconscious mind, sorry. It's buried deep inside you. And it's not love. None of that is love. None of it is love. Love is me coming on here, onto Moving On TV, in spite of the bullying, in spite of the shit, in spite of the thumbs down for people that are in a completely different vibration, that don't get it, that don't understand a word of what they're saying. However, there's 3 people on Instagram that do. There's 2 people, one person on YouTube that seems to come on all the time that really seems to get it, and one person on Twitch that seems to understand when Lauren comes on. And when I cried the other day, gave me so much love, and actually someone gave me a thumbs up just because I was crying. But crying is healthy. Crying is healing. So love is the most important thing, but it's not what you think. This is not love. This is self-love, yeah, because I'm giving my little child a chance to feel the grief. The grief is so big. Well, my dad only died 6 years ago. You're talking about 58 years of having a dad. 58 years I had my dad. And then he's gone. My heart, I mean, most of you are not even, you're probably in your 20, 30, 40s maybe. I had a father for 58 years and then poof, he's gone. It's a lifetime plus. It's 3 lifetimes for some of you. Do you understand what that does to you? When suddenly the father that you loved, the father that brought you up, the father that was your God, because I used to always think in my mind, Dad will fix it, Dad will fix it. It was straight away, it was an impulse. Dad will fix it. Dad can fix anything. So 58 years I had my father. 58 years. That is a hell of a lot of grief to let go of. That little child, up until my dad's death 6 years ago nearly, I thought that Dad could fix everything. Do you not understand? That's not love. That's attachment. And Dad let me do that. He let me do that because he was screwed up. But he always said, Lauren, he said, you're not going to make it when I die. And I said, Dad, I love you. I was his empath. And when he lost his mind, he didn't even know who I was. Dad thought I'd come to marry him. He didn't know who I was. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine going to see your parent and they think they've come to marry you? And I sat with Dad and he said, and I said to him, Dad, you need to move on. I said, I will be fine. I will be fine. But you need to move on, Daddy. You need to move on because that's it. You can't be frightened. I held my father's hand and I helped him die. And I loved my father the most. And he came between me and my marriage every single time. Not only did I love my father, but I was terrified of my father. I was terrified of not being the good little girl that could live up to what he wanted. And that's not love. That's fear. And he came between me and my marriage every single time, every time. And Martin hated him. He hated him because of that, because I was brought up to fear my father. And rather than having an argument with Dad, I'd have an argument with Martin. And up until my father died, I would never have broken up my marriage. No way, no how. Because I was too scared of what my dad would say. I was walking in his shadow all the time. And it screwed up my life completely. Because when it got to a point where Dad couldn't fix it, he used to put the phone down on me. And I'll never forget this. I was in Australia once. It was the Saddam Hussein war, and everyone told me that Israel was finished. And so I rang up my parents. I rang Dad up and I said, "Are you okay? God, can I do anything? Shall I come back?" And Dad said to me, "Oh, you just woke us up, Lauren. There's nothing. We're all watching the missiles miss. You know, nothing's happening. Just leave us alone." And he put the phone down on me. And there were times in my 20s when I came to live in England, when I was completely on my own. And I said to Dad, "I can't cope. I don't know what to do." This is my first boyfriend, broke up from me, Steve. I was on my own. I didn't know what to do. And he said, ring somebody else. Ring somebody else. "I can't cope with you, Lauren, because I'm in Israel and you're in England. Come back." I said, "No, I'm not coming back. This is my life. I can't live in a country where there's wars and hatred. You know that." I left because I wanted to be at peace. That's why I left. And because I'm Irish. I didn't go back to Ireland. I went to England. So hopefully in the not too late future, you're going to find out everything about me, and you're going to understand why I don't take medication and why I'm so well. Because I sit like this, crying my eyes out, and I'm still feel it. It's not well yet. I haven't healed my connection, my attachment. But that is not love. Love was when I used to say to Dad, "Look, I'm not listening to you blaming me for your blood pressure, Dad. I love you. 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 I love you." And then he would say, "Lauren, you're the one with the heart. I know. I know you love me. I know you don't want anything from me. I know that you will take care of me." That's love. That was honesty, pure, honest feelings. Like, people in my life know now, they come into my life and they ask things off of me. They say, "Will you do this for me?" And I say, "Well, no." And they say, "Why not? If you loved me, you'd do this." And I say, "No, that's not love, mate. Where did you learn that? If you love me, you'll put yourself in danger and do something that doesn't support you." I've got someone at the moment asking me to do something. And I'm saying to them, "I tell you what," and they don't expect the answers that come from me. They don't know who I am. They don't understand that I am protecting them. I'm protecting their soul, not just me, not just mine. My job is to love everyone. Love those that love me first. Love those that love me. Love the enemy, so to speak, so that they can get into the light. Just love. It doesn't mean that I bow down to anything. I do not. It does not mean I do anything for anyone that doesn't come from the heart and doesn't resonate with me. No. You protect yourself first, self-love. And as I said, healthy narcissism is important to love you. So when I can let go of this attachment, as you can see, the way I'm holding these Rice Krispies, and I feel the grief in my heart, then I'm not over it. I'm not over my attachment to my dad. And I cannot have a relationship. Because at some point it will raise its ugly head, and there will be Dad again. The minute I've released this, I'll let you know. I've got another few days of holding on to a box of Rice Krispies and crying and letting Dad go. But we're talking about 50 years of attachments, not love. Attachments, not love. I really wanted to come on here and smile, and I was going to do it yesterday, but I wasn't well. So I've done a lot of meditation, a lot of crying, a lot of work with my sponsor. We're both dealing with daddy issues. My sponsor in codependency, releasing together, releasing our codependency, doing our amends to ourselves first. If you can't take 5 minutes to connect to your little child, if you're attached to someone, get something that reminds you of them. And really, really let it go. Cry. We talked about crying the other day. And God knows, I cry a lot. I cry nonstop because God gave you tear ducts for happiness and to release. You cannot become the mentor, the person, the teacher, until you love yourself enough to give yourself that gift. Now, look, I'm way beyond in my journey now. I'm doing really well. I've been on my own a year and a half nearly. And yes, Martin comes over. We're really good friends. We talk. I cry on his shoulder. He cries on my shoulder if he needs to. We're good friends. But the majority of the work is, Martin, don't come over. Let me sit with Dad. Because this is all I've got. I've got nothing of Dad's except a few photographs. I got nothing. The family took its home. Remember, I got nothing except memories of my mum and dad. I have a ring from my mum, her engagement ring, that my sister sent me years and years after mum died. So you have to understand that I am way beyond in my journey. I'm getting very, very close to being strong enough to be able to get into a new relationship, but not yet. Because I have to build that relationship with me. And I want friends. That person that I decide to be in a relationship with will first of all be my friend. And they will love themselves. And they won't need anyone to fix them, and I won't need them to fix me. Then I can have the relationship that I've always desired and I deserved. And the same about you. And it's not that far off. I've given myself 2 years. By my birthday next year, that's when I'll be ready to get into a serious relationship, because that will be 2 years of Lauren working on Lauren. And I'm so excited about this, because by then, moving on TV is going to be everywhere. I'm getting people contacting me now. Things are starting to happen for mental health, moving on TV, mental health. People want to hear my story. They're starting to recognize what I've been through. They're starting to listen. They're starting to think of, how can we help Lauren and moving on TV? This beautiful TV station that I created for love, unconditionally, except you have to have morals. I will not put any shit on here. As you know, whoever just came on here who isn't on the right vibration. If you're on the vibration, you know what goes on moving on TV. Pure, unconditional love that enhances you, respects you, and respects me, and respects the rest of the human race. No matter who you are and what you are, I don't care anymore. I don't care what your medical decisions are, because it's a free world. I don't care. All I care is that you love you, and you try to learn from me what I'm trying to teach you, because you are a human being and you deserve to be happy. So I don't care. You won't be in my life personally, but you can be on Moving on TV. If you have a different belief system to the belief system that we need now, if you know what I mean, which I cannot say, to do with medical freedom, then you will not be in my life, because I cannot put any energy into you personally. However, you will be on Moving on TV. That's nothing to do with Moving on TV. Moving on TV is keeping you healthy, mentally well. You want to come into my personal life, you have to be on a certain vibration. If you have a different opinion to me about medical freedom, then you cannot be in my personal life. But you can be in my professional life on Moving on TV, as long as you're not hurting yourself or others, and you're doing your research. And I'm very, very strong about that. Somebody keeps sending me streams that are I only can call them demonic, racist, demonic, really got absolutely no point to them. They're not going to help humanity in any shape or form. And so they will not come on to Moving on TV. They think I'm stupid. They send it to me and they think I'm going to put it on straight away. One thing I am not is stupid and honest. You want honesty? I look you in the eye. That's why a lot of people get rid of me out of their lives, because they know. It goes whoosh, right? I see you. I see every single one of you, what's in your hearts. I see you. And if you try to do something to hurt me, I will boomerang it back onto you, and I will try to help you to become a better person. But I will not drain myself in the effort. If anyone thinks I'm going to drain myself, because then that's not self-love, is it? No. Okay, so let's keep the Rice Krispies here, because it's all part of the healing process. But let's sing a song, and hopefully let's listen to the lyrics, because I'm not so sure how much voice I've got today because I've been crying so much. But let's listen to the lyrics. Okay, that's more important. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. What does it mean to love yourself? I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone to fulfill my needs. Listen to the words. A lonely place to be. So I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me, and that's loving you. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. Greatest love of all is able to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty you possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest unlovable inside of me. Greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love. By chance, special place that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lonely place. Find your strength in love. Find your strength in love, okay? Real, pure love. Okay, find your strength in love. Okay, let's check. Today is the 12th of November. The number 12 is a completion of some kind. Think about it. 12 months of the year, yeah? You have 12 months in a year, and then you come to completion. You have the 12 tribes of the 12 tribes of Israel. 12, the number 12. Number 12 is when a girl becomes 12 years old, she has a bat mitzvah. Bat mitzvah means you're a little lady. You're coming into your becoming a little woman. 12 years old. You're still innocent, but you're 12 years old. The number 12 is a very important number, okay? It's a lot of connotations. Let's have a look at November the 12th. Yesterday, a massive portal opened up. The 1111 portal opened up. A massive amount of love has come in, a massive amount of light. And so if you need to sit there clutching a box of cereal because it reminds you of the only food your father would eat, every time I'd go over to Israel, Dad said, "Can you bring me Rice Krispies?" It was symbol. That's why I symbolize my dad as this at the moment. So if you, so the light is being shined on you, shown on you, shown, S-H-O-N-E. You shine a light. You shine a light on everything. And so Lauren's sitting there on the couch crying her eyes out because she doesn't know what to do anymore, because she can't function, because she needs daddy, is shining that light and giving that little girl a chance to release her father issues. Okay, November the 12th. When I have sudden changes in plans, I need to be able to adapt and not be thrown. As a controller, I am somehow rigid and easily upset by change. If I feel inadequate in the situation, it is hard to come up with plan B. It helps to be flexible when unexpected changes are necessary. God love will help me with this if I admit my need and ask for help. So this is when things change. You need to have another plan. May I see the situation as a challenge to be adequate, even when faced with surprises. God love knows my frailties and will help me with them when I surrender. When I sat on the couch yesterday, Martin went home, and I sat there crying non-stop. I thought I was going to die from the pain. I needed to talk to someone. I wanted to talk to the Samaritans. But I didn't. I cried and I cried and I cried, and I still feel grief. I still feel very lonely, very grieving, very scared, very anxious. But I'm teaching because I'm balanced enough to teach you to sit there with that object. Sit with that object that reminds you of the person you lost, that pet you lost. If you have something that you are too attached to and you can't let go of it, a lot of it is subconscious, guys. A lot of it is subconscious. Get hold of whatever it is, that person you loved more than anything. I challenge you to think of, let it come into your head. It could be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a friend. It could be someone who died. It could be your child. It could be your pet. It could be your parent. Ideally, if that person is alive, you can say to them, to their face. I am so sorry I put you on a pedestal and I held you up there and thought you could fix everything. I didn't realize what I was doing. I'm sorry. And if there's anybody on here that I have hurt, that I put up on a pedestal, or I expected them to be my dad in some way, and you know who you are if you're on here, I'm sorry. Because I didn't realize that was my little child, not Lauren, the adult. And I'm begging forgiveness. Because no human can live up to God ever, to love, unconditional love. No human can fix me, and I can't fix anyone. So if I hurt anyone by giving them the expectation that I could be God, perfect, then I'm asking you now for forgiveness. If you're on here, forgive me, please. Because I hurt you and I let you hurt me. And that is not love. So if I'm holding on to anyone or anything, that is not love. Because that is not altruistic. That means I'm looking for something. And believe me, as a human, as a starseed living in a human body, I don't always understand how not to expect from a human. Do you? If you treat someone nicely with respect and love, you think they're going to be the same, but they may not be, because maybe you didn't treat them with respect and love in the first place, because you didn't understand that you were giving them your power. You were letting them become your power. Instead, take your power. You were letting them become a god, something that you couldn't live without. Like, it could be with drink, it could be an addiction, it could be a human being. My addictions is people and men. I'm spiritually naked. I tell you everything. I know what my addictions are. If a man says they love me, that's it, I'm gone. I don't have a clue what to do. I mess it up every single time. I mess it up. I don't know what to do because I don't know how to love, because I never learned. I learned that love was, you give me everything. Dad always used to say to me, I would do anything for your mother. I would kill for your mother. I would die for your mother. That's not love. And so, of course, when a man came into my life, it was, oh, you'll have to walk through walls for me. You'll have to kill for me. You'll have to die for me. That's not love. But I didn't know any better. So if a friend came into my life and said, I love you, Lauren, that was it. Sorry. Anybody. My concept of love was so distorted. So distorted. I did not know what real love is. And now I'm learning. The first person is you. You have to love yourself first. Because when you love yourself, you don't need anyone to fix you then. You don't need anyone to put you on a pedestal. And if I let people put me on pedestals, then yes, I did. I loved it. I gave them an opportunity. I gave them my heart, and I gave, because that's what Lauren does. The minute you love Lauren, she goes, oh, I can be love now. I can give and give and give. But she didn't understand what she was doing, that she was manipulating people into loving her back. The minute someone says, I love you, the heart breaks open, and then I make mistakes. Lauren makes mistakes because she doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know how to protect herself. She hasn't got a clue how to protect herself. She doesn't know who's good and who isn't. I had the situation with Simon Parks and connecting consciousness. The minute they put me on Lauren on the Telegram group, remember? She opened up. and said, help, I'm lonely, I need a friend. And they didn't like that because connecting consciousness is not love. It's something else. I don't care what they think. This is freedom. It's not love. Moving on TV is pure love. And tough love. Sometimes love has to be tough. So I'm making amends here. I'm doing my step 8 and 9. I've made a list of all the people I have hurt. And you're all here, one way or another, in my universe. Some of you are moving on TV. Some of you come on here with abuse and bullying because you don't understand what not to say. I let you be the power in my life. And if you didn't contact me, I fell apart because I don't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. And that's when I had to go inside and understand what happened here. I gave you permission to be God. I gave you permission to be my higher power, like chocolates or drink or drugs. It's whatever you use. People use people use substances, people use money, people use gambling, whatever it is. You all have your addictions, right? I know what mine are. Mine are people and men. And even though I was totally loyal and with one man for 27 years, it didn't mean that my mind was, or I didn't do anything. But certain people who may be on here, I don't know, maybe one in particular who has my heart, who always had my heart, knows that I may have been never taken action, but my heart belonged to them, not to the person I was living with. Right? Because I felt so much love and acceptance, that identity, Lauren, became addicted to that and didn't understand. That is not love. It's not. The only way you can be happy with anyone is when you love you enough to be able to let go of this box of Rice Krispies in a symbolic, metaphoric way. And I know the person that comes on here and puts nonsense understands everything deep down inside, because the conversations I had with that person were very deep. And if they give themselves a chance to tap into their wisdom and let go of all the other nonsense that they have around them, they could be a teacher. They could be a light for children because they have lots of talents and lots to offer. And if you're on here now, then for God's sake, do something about that. If you don't, you don't. It's not my life. But I know you understand everything. When I say that this represents my father, you know exactly what I mean when you say eat it. You know exactly what I mean, except you're wearing all these masks because you don't love yourself. And you know who you are. Your name begins with an S and ends with a W. But you have wisdom. You just don't have self-love. And I do. And that's why you're not coming near my life. Lauren's life. I mean, you're not coming near Lauren. And you're not coming near moving on TV unless you create something that is worthy of you and worthy of people to save a life today. Like that thing about homelessness you put on your status. I saw it. Something like that. Except not exactly. You know, something to do with kindness. Help the homeless. I know you've got it in you because you were always asking me to help all your friends who were so depressed. So take those masks off and do something kind. Save your own life, for God's sake. Because what you did to me was the biggest gift, and I'm so grateful. The gaslighting, the kindness, the love, the nurturing that led to gaslighting and bullying, and the most painful things you could think of doing to lower me, to degrade me, to hurt me, brought me to my knees, brought Lauren to her knees, and she realized, oh my God, there's another attachment. I need to work on myself. I can't do this anymore. And that's where the real work began with me. So thank you. And you know who you are. I know you're on here. We could have been friends. We could have built Moving on TV together with your talents. You're very talented and you're kind. I see that. Oh, Lauren, can you go on the group and tell everyone I'm a good person? But you behaved. What you did to me, the gaslighting that you created in my life, the way you turned, that brought me to my knees. So thank you, Stu. Thank you. Because that woke me up in a big way. Thank you. And I can become that starseed, that soul, that spirit that can run Moving on TV with dignity. But I'm here to tell you that you have got talent and you're wasting it. I'm here to tell you you have a heart. And for some reason, it's clothed over by masks, trying to be something that you're not deep down inside. I saw that love in you. I saw that love in you when I couldn't eat 5 months, 6 months ago. And you used to say, Lauren, have you eaten? When I needed that because I had no one. I saw it. So for God's sake, go back to being that kind, loving man that you are and do something good for humanity. Prove to me that you are the Stu you were before you became a monster. But that monster enabled me to get really, really strong, really, really happy, and to release my monsters. So that was a message that was going directly to you. And I'm sorry if I hurt you. I'm sorry if I hurt you. And I gave you the opportunity to think that you were allowed to be God or allowed to have that power over another human. That's my weakness. And you knew how to play it. That's Lauren's weakness. And if anyone else is on here that I've heard, whether it's a group, whether it's a place, whether it's someone who runs a place or people that run a certain place, when I turned up and I let go because I felt loved, I felt I'd found my family at last. And I'm not saying this to make you feel guilty. It's because that's what I do. I let go. When I think I found my family, I just let go and everything comes out and everything happens. And Lauren couldn't control that. So I'm sorry. I expected what I couldn't have. I let you down and you let me down. And it's time to talk and clear it all up. Because this is ascension. Okay? And love is not conditional. It doesn't mean you can give love to one person and not to me. Doesn't mean, let me rephrase that, because love is not what you think. Love is an energy. It's kindness. It's respect. It's openness. It's forgiveness. And that's all I'm asking. To open that door, to let me in again. To talk. To forgive each other. To move on. So we can learn from the past and create a better future. That's all. I'm asking for forgiveness. I'm doing my step 8 and 9. My sponsor said to me, you need to do your step 9. I said, I can't do it. I can't ask these people I can't forgive. I can't ask these people to forgive. I can't talk to them because I'll get hurt. I feel safe here on Moving on TV. I feel safe clutching Dad to my heart and saying what I need to say to anyone who's on the air who I hurt. I'm sorry. But when I did what I did my best because that's all I knew. And that part of me that is human hurts and hurts others. Hurt people hurt others, and people are vulnerable. And I took advantage of certain people's vulnerabilities. And I got excluded from their life. And so I'm sorry. I'm sorry for giving you the opportunity to put me on a pedestal. I should have cut that down straight away and said no. Because I'm going to hurt you and you're going to hurt me. That's what humans do. That's not love. I'm bearing my soul on you. And I'm asking for forgiveness. This is my step 9. I'm asking Dad to forgive me for the fact that I cannot let him breathe. Look, I've already done step 9 with Martin plenty of times. So if anybody else feels that I've hurt them, can you please tell me so we can heal it? I feel safe on Moving on TV. I cannot pick up the phone. I cannot text you because I'm too scared of the rejection. But on Moving on TV, it doesn't matter. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I'm the CEO. So if you reject me, that's okay. No, I don't want you to reject me. I want you to talk to me properly. I want to clear up the path with all of you because life is too short and I am love and you are deep down inside. We're all love and we all do our best, except the same as Dad made his mistakes and he tried to fix with the masks and the ego because he thought, oh, I'm her dad. I better do everything to keep Lauren happy or else I can't function as a dad. Then I'm a bad dad if I don't do everything to keep Lauren happy. I'm a bad dad. That's not love. That's ego. That's fear. That's fear of rejection. Do you understand? It's like sometimes, I was with Martin for 27 years and he'll come over here sometimes. We're talking about the eviction. We're trying to figure out what to do. And I see Martin sitting there. And it's like, what do you want me to do, Lauren? Nothing. You can't do anything. What can you do? If you had a home, then I know you'd take me and the cats in. You'd give us shelter. But it hurts Martin because he can't fix it. And so sometimes he'll start to fight with me because he can't fix it. Now, guess who else did that? Dad. You're giving me a heart attack. You're giving your mum a heart attack. It's your fault, Lauren. You're pushing my blood pressure up because they don't understand. They don't have to fix it. That's not love. They can sit with you. They can talk to you. Martin and I would have huge arguments because there was me all about solutions. Oh, let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try this. And Martin's like, no, we have to do it this way, Lauren. No. We can try this. We can try this. In the therapeutic community, we all sat down together and we discussed our options to suit everyone. It's like if someone gave me a lump sum of money, I would take care of everyone and you can hold me to it. Not everyone, obviously. I have to have a home first. And then once I have a home and my safety, that's it. My home, my car, my cats. Food on the table. I don't need anything else. What else do I need? I can't even go on holiday to the sun anymore, which was my passion. All I'd like is a home. I know exactly what I want. I want my own house, 2 bedrooms, so I can have a young person living with me, so I can kind of foster them. And we can, I've done that before. They would rent a room at a low cost because I'm not in this for the money. So a home with a garden, for the cats and me. We can plant all our vegetables. No one can burn it down. Somewhere to put my car. So when it ices, I don't have to walk for miles and fall over because of my leg, and heating. That's it. And quiet, safety and the quiet. I know exactly what I'd like. I'm not saying what I want. I support women businesses, are you? I'm just saying, because I love myself. I know exactly what's good for Lauren. And so I put a message out to the universe. No one is putting me somewhere where I'm going to be jumping from the fire into the frying pan. And you need to do the same. So I know what's right for me. And say someone gave me a huge amount of money, could happen. I'm expecting it now because I'm working nonstop. I will buy my home first. Then I would take care of those who need it the most. And I know I have a list. I will bail out those that I love. And there are about 5 of them on the list. They will come. Yeah, okay. Yes, unconditional love. I agree. But there has to be priorities as well. And there has to be karma. So if someone was in your life for about 3 or 4 years and gave and helped you get over the grief of your family, when you lost everyone, they will be on that list because of karma, because I owe them, because also they did a lot of good stuff for me. So if I had that money, I would bail them out straight away. And of course, Vlad, because I can't bear the way he's been treated. Like his landlord keeps putting the rent up all the time. That's unbelievable. So I would help Vlad. And I would have a list, first of all, of those people that I know I can trust, that the money is going to go to them directly. Directly, if you're watching me, you can't play me. So the minute the money comes into Moving On TV, you will all be taken care of. Like I said to you, if I was Elon Musk, there would be no homelessness, no starvation, and no dehydration. Everyone would have a home, whether it's building complexes where people can have life coaches to learn all the stuff that I can teach them, theaters to work in, jobs to do, whatever they want to do, their dream, they will have their dream. I would personally give them a life coach for free. I know how to do that. There's loads of people that need trainees to work. That's what Lauren, not Lauren Lumiere. That's what I am. Love. Because it's unconditional. If you come to me and we've had no contact for over a year, but you're suffering and you gave me a lot in the past, I wouldn't even think twice. If my family, the blood family, banged on the door now and said, Lauren, help us, my nieces, I need a kidney. You are a perfect match. Do you think I would hospital? I'd have my test done. They'd tell me whether my kidney may not be good enough. But of course I would be there. I can't be anything else. And that doesn't make me better than anyone else. It just means that I'm something else. That's all. Living in Lauren. And so when you come on here and try to annihilate Moving On TV, it can't happen. Moving On TV is going to get money. I can 100%. 100%. I know in my heart the money is coming from Moving On TV because we're full of love. Something good is happening. Something big is coming to Moving On TV. Something amazing that is going to save a lot of lives in a beautiful way. You may be working with me. I need DJs. I need loads of great people on here doing their own shows, being paid. There's no way I'll take you on if I can't pay you. Not unless you want and you don't let me down. Vlad won't charge me because we're really good friends, but he can't pay the rent anymore. So I'm not going to bring Vlad on here if I can't pay him. So that's what love is. And I don't know if it's getting through to you. And you can give me as many thumbs down as you want because you don't understand what love is then. But I feel something big is going to happen within the next year for Moving On TV, because I'm totally focused 100% on Stay Sane Daily, as you know. I may not come on every day, but when I do come on, I give you my heart and my soul to try and help everybody that I can. I smile at you. I may not be able to sing that much because I'm exhausted at the moment and I'm dealing with this attachment. And Dad is proud of me. And you know what? The biggest frustration that Lauren lives with is the fact that her 10 years of work was never recognized yet. And I said to Martin when I was very low the other day, if I die, please show everyone all the work that I've done in 10 years, non-stop for humanity, starting with the children's peace song with 1,000 kids in it, teaching them, if I believe peace, breaking down the barriers of interfaith, breaking down the barriers of racism, every child of different colors, different religions, with me in a mosque. One of the happiest times of my life, teaching a song in Hebrew to Muslim boys, teaching them the colors of the rainbow. That was the beginning. After I came out of the therapeutic community, I had my massive awakening. Love could shine through. That was the beginning of my journey as a light worker. And then I went from strength to strength with Piaf, and then I got held back because I couldn't do anything. They wouldn't let me. I'm going to have to go off Instagram because the battery's going, so you might get cut off. But I'm really sorry. I'll keep it going because I want to keep this flow. So after the children's peace song, I created Moving On Theatre, and I toured everywhere with the message of doing the breakdowns on the stage instead of real life, as I played Edith Piaf. And I told everyone about my recovery in the therapeutic community without medication. And I went to the media. I had sold out everywhere. With a few people, we sold it together. We got 5-star reviews, me and Francis and Johnny, Martin and Helen and Jacob. We sold it everywhere. And we got I got standing ovations the day Dad died. I got 5-star reviews and the media would not touch me. So I started Moving On TV. And then, of course, Dad died and I ended up in a wheelchair. And I said, right, Moving On TV, no one is ever going to feel like me. I don't want anyone to ever feel the pain of being in a wheelchair on your own in a house with no one, because Martin had to go back to work. I didn't have a family member. I had one friend that came over on Saturday. That was Ignacio. And, came over every Saturday and brought me fruit, had a laugh with me, had a chat with me. I could not do anything for myself. I was disabled. I had a carer. And that's when Casey said to me, Lauren, the reason I decided to put you in my book, and you can get this book, as you know, is because you did not have a pity party. He said it to me. He said, Lauren, you didn't have a pity party. You went out to heal humanity with a new TV station, Moving On TV. Okay? He says, I can't wait to share your story here because it's just so incredible. And what you've done with your life, with your career and your views towards other human beings are all amazing. I think you're awesome. He saw beyond. But guess what? I tried to sell this book in my local bookstore and they wouldn't stock it. And do you know why? Because they said I wouldn't sell because I'm not a celebrity. So, as I say, that's why I put everything into Moving On TV. Everything. I've worked non-stop for Moving On TV since I came out of the wheelchair, more or less. In 2000, and after Dad died, 2017, I have been working nearly non-stop on Moving On TV. And yeah, I get one person here, one person there, but that's because I wasn't focused. And now I am. Now I am. It's not just a potpourri of TV shows. It's a mental health TV station that keeps you and me well. with the focus on staying sane on a daily basis, using creativity, using comedy, using Baba Birthday, using all the shows, all everything that I've got to give you, doing interviews, teaching you one day at a time to stay sane. And so I believe with every bone in my body, because I love myself and I love moving on TV and I love the message. It is not a channel, it's a TV station. And anyone who tries to say it's a channel will get that again and again. Moving on TV is the new TV station. It's like ITV, BBC, Sky, except it's about love and respect. And you are the celebrity already. You don't have to sell 1 million records or go out there and bow down to something and destroy your life. You already are a celebrity. Even if you clean streets or work in Asta, I don't give a shit. You are unique and a celebrity. I want to hear your story. How does it feel to work at Asta? What does it feel like? Why do you work there? How do you communicate with people? Do you use your comedy? You know who I'm talking about. You're on here. I want to hear your story, your unique story, because you are doing a service to humanity. Everyone is. And this is my job. My job is to make you feel happy because of what you're doing. Like Martin used to work at the duty free and he'd come home with nothing money wise. I said, why do you do it? Why do you do it? I don't understand. You're like a slave coming home with £10 an hour when they're earning billions. Why do you do it? I said to him, he said, because I love the companionship. I love talking to people. I love the selling. I love that connection. Okay, I get it. So what do I love? I love this. And I work. This is work. This is bloody hard work. Of course it's work. It's work. And I am getting money. I'm telling you that now. I have no doubt in my mind. I have no choice. I have to have a home. I've got to figure this out. And I've got to help humanity because I want to, because I love humanity. I want to be Elon Musk. I want to be able to take everyone off the streets and give them a home. And if I don't, well, hold me to it. If I'm given a lot of money, and believe me, if I'm given a lot of money, it will be on my terms. There will be no adverts about chemicals. There will be no adverts about Coca-Cola, whatever. Everything is pure. Just so you can see, here's a little advert I just made. These are the kind of people and the kind of sponsors. If anyone gives me money and it doesn't live up to this, then I don't want anything to do with it. And people don't, anybody who knows me, okay? They know what I am. Let me show you the little advert I just did, a quick little advert. A quick little advert. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. These are the kind of sponsors I'm looking for.
Bonjour, my name is Lauren Hope Glory. I am the ghost. I am the actress that plays the part of Piaf. And I am asking you to sponsor Moving on TV because when I go on the stage, I bare my face to the audience and say, I would love her. And that is why I only wear nude makeup, organic. And so I am looking for a sponsor who will come on board Moving on TV with us, who does organic makeup, because that's all I'll wear on this beautiful shell, as will Piafa as well. Please contact us at movingontv1@gmail.com and join the party. No, yes, yes. Bonjour. Bye-bye.
Muted. Let us be your footprints in the sand. Do you know the story of footprints in the sand? When this man is talking to God and he says, God, you know, all through my life, I always, whenever I was walking, I could always see you were walking beside me. So there were 4 footprints. However, in the worst times of my life, there were only 2. Why is that? And God said, because I carried you. Because I carried you, my child. And that's what Moving On TV does. We carry you. And I'm going to have to let you go now because I've got to go and do some more healing with my box of Rice Krispies, drink water. And I'm not going to do any more singing because I'm very tired because I've been non-stop crying. But you can't fix me. I don't want you to fix me. If you want to come and cry with me, that's great. We can hug together and we can cry. We can forgive. We can have a pity party. I have lots of chocolates, which we can fall back on. I've got After Eight Mints. I've got Lindor. My favorite is After Eight Mints. And I love Black Magic. When I was around at Janie one night, she said, Lauren, would you like a box of chocolates? Not a bar. And she went out down the shop and she bought us each a box of chocolates to eat. It was amazing. Yeah. So you're all welcome to come here to the bunker. And as I say, I've done my amends here. So I hope they were accepted with the love that they were intended to be given. I love you guys. And if you want to make amends to me, if you want to talk to me, then you need, then you know where I am. movingontv1@gmail.com. There we are. If you want to sponsor Moving On TV and you are a sponsor that lives up to the moral, the morals and the healthy boundaries that we offer. If you have a new product that you want to promote to Moving On TV, I'm in negotiation with someone who does a lot of work with borderline, and I think she does bracelets and stuff. So I'm hoping to have some kind of connection with her. We are growing, and I can tell you for a fact that by this time next year, Moving On TV will be your go-to TV station to stay sane, one day at a time. Love you. Take care, guys. And I hope I was able to get across to you the concept of what love is and what love isn't. So go get your box or your toy or your pair of socks or a Christmas present maybe that someone gave you. I don't know why I said that. It just came into my head. I don't know why. And hold it to your heart and say, I'm ready to cry this out now. I'm ready to let go of the person from the past. I'm ready to let go of the image that I thought I had of this person, of the love that was convoluted, the pedestals I put them on, the expectations I had from them and from me. To start a new chapter in my book, a new chapter in my life. The chapter I write in my book today is going to be called Rice Krispies. So when you read my life story, you'll understand why. I sit here with a big smile on my face. It doesn't mean my heart isn't broken. It is. Lauren's heart is broken because of all the rejection and pain and huge amount of grief. I would love to see my nieces. I would love to see someone from the family. I would love to see the friends that cut me off. But I've done my bit now. I've given it and I've said, it's your turn now. The ball is in your court. I broke my heart. No one else. I let my heart break. No one else. Because I didn't know any different. Because I didn't love myself enough. So now when someone contacts me, I get a lot of people contact me, especially men, because of my photographs. I can discern straight away whether that person is on a certain... Thank you, Stu. Because of you. I can discern straight away whether that person gets blocked straight away, and I don't have anything to do with them. The minute I start to feel uncomfortable, The minute I start to feel a little bit of an attachment, that person goes. Because that's what they are. They're not genuine. And you taught me that. It took 6 months, but you taught it to me. So thank you. You helped me to understand what happens to Lauren when someone says they care about her or show her they care about her. She doesn't understand anymore what self-love is. And she gives herself completely. Unfortunately, Lauren sometimes, like the rest of us, has to learn self-love and what love is in the hard way, not in the easy way. And I am trying to lighten the load here, so I'm carrying you guys. So I love you lots. I'm going to put on the promo, and then I'm going to go and do some more work on me, on Lauren, on releasing this box of Rice Krispies, and I'll let you know when I can eat them. I don't know if I'll be able to eat this battered box. I might have to get another box of Rice Krispies because look at it. Because it's an attachment. And anyone who's on a vibration that I'm trying to figure this out with and explain to will understand exactly what I mean. So go get your box of Rice Krispies, cornflakes, socks, books, Christmas presents, whatever. Something represents to you that attachment. And hold it to your heart. Feel the grief. Feel everything you need to feel. And if you can, then do it. If that person's still alive, do it with them, person to person. Dad's gone. I have to do it with Dad spiritually. Do what you have to do and cry. Cry is amazing. This is the song I'm going to end with. Yeah, because I feel I need to. Okay. This is particularly for men. Okay? That you need to let go of anything that you grew up with. If anyone ever told you not to cry, that's because they couldn't deal with your pain. That was their selfishness. Nothing to do with you. the lyrics. And it's in soprano. Ah. Alone on the platform, the wind and rain on a sad and lonely face. Mother will never understand why you had to leave. But the answers you seek will never be found at home. More than you need will never be found at home. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Push around and kicks around, always a lonely boy. Who was the one that they talk about around the town, put you down? And as hard as they would try, they hurt you to make you cry. But you never cry to them, just to your soul. No, you never cry to them, just to your soul. Run away, run away, run away, turn away, run away, turn away, run away. Run away, turn away, run away, turn away, run away. Run away, turn away, run away, turn away, run away. Run away, turn away, run away, turn away, run away. Run away, run away, run away, run away, turn away. Run away, cry boy, cry, cry boy, cry, cry boy, cry, cry boy, cry, cry boy, cry. Cry boy, cry, cry boy, cry, 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 you leave the money in a little black case with everything you own alone on. The wind and rain on the sad and lonely face. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away, run away. really, really important. Really, really important message there, guys. Really, to you guys in particular. To you in particular, cry. Crying. Goodness me. Here's another one about crying. Crying is self love, self care, self nurturing, self love. You weren't allowed to. Oh, we haven't done the cards yet. We've got to do the cards. Crying for a while. It's my love for a while. But I saw you last night. You held me so tight. You stopped to say hello. I wish me well. You couldn't tell. I'll be crying over you, crying over you. I just so long, I'd be standing all alone, alone and crying, crying, crying. Hard to understand, but the touch of your hand got me crying. I thought I was over you, but it's true, so true. I love you even more than I did before. But darling, what can I do for you to love me? And I'll always be crying over you, crying over you. Yes, now you go. And from this moment on, I'll be crying. Crying over you. Songs about crying. Guys, we haven't done the cards. I just remembered. We haven't done the How to Stay Sane in a Crazy World cards. Right, let's get them. How to Stay Sane in a Crazy World cards. Let me just, I've got to charge up the phone. I put my Rice Krispies down. Let me just go and get the charger. Let's just get the charger. Oh, the charger from the phone. So we didn't do the How to Stay Sane in a Crazy World cards yet. I want to go back onto Instagram for that. Do a quick reel. Let's see what cards we choose today. So self-love, guys, it does mean letting the tears flow. Oh, I just thought of a song I want to do about tears. It's a beautiful song. But I'm not going to do a lot of singing because I'm exhausted. And I really am going to just do this on the cards and then we'll go. But I'm trying to make a point here. Everything falls as usual. You know that everything falls over in my bathroom here. Has to fall, but it's all in the game. All in the wonderful game that we know it's love. You have words with him, and you just look at him. But these things your heart can rise above. Once in a while you go, but it's all in the game. Soon you'll be there by your side with a sweet bouquet, and he'll kiss your lips and caress your fingertips, and your heart will fly away. Once in a while you will go, but it's all in the game. Soon he'll be there at your side with a sweet bouquet, and he'll kiss your lips and caress your waiting fingertips, and your heart will fly away. When I start, it's lucky I've eaten, but I really don't want to do too much singing as I have to go and do some crying. Oh, this is beautiful. Let's do this one. This is what love, this is romantic love. It's not the kind of love I'm trying to teach you guys. But let's see what the lyrics are. No, why you and I will by and by, no true love way. Sometimes we'll sigh, sometimes we'll cry, and we'll know why. Just you and I know what true love waits. A true love waits
The story to say goes through again. Sometimes it's sun, sometimes we cry, and we'll know why. Just you and I, true love way.
So today,
We tried to learn about love. I hope it got in there to your heart and you understand a little bit more now. Days are true love ways will bring us joy to see what comes we care. Sometimes we'll sigh, sometimes we'll cry, and we'll know why. Just you and I know true love ways. Okay, what else have we got? See what comes next. Another one. I know. Here's a good one. This is about love. And then we do the cards. We do the cards with the real today. See what cards we pull. How to stay sane in a crazy world. Channeled by me. Is all he's standing. It's a forest that only grows in early spring. Love is nature's way of giving reason to
love is kissed and the world stood still. Then your fingers touched my silent heart and taught it is true. That sure is love. That sure is love. That sure is love. There's songs out there about love. What about Seven Brides for Seven Brothers? Yeah, this is a beautiful piece of music as well. I really have to go. Way too high, with every glance, with every word, you simply let your heart decide. Think of the one you dream of, and let your heart decide. It's a strange backing track. Sorry, I'll find a better one than that. Just singing with Jane Powell now. This is the karaoke version. This is with the piano. Try this. When you're in love, when you're in love, there is no way on earth to hide it. When you're in love, hey, where did it go off? How weird. 32 seconds. It's not going to help, is it? Right, we'll go back to this one then. So it doesn't seem to be another one. Right, when you're in love, lyrics. You're in love, really your heart decides. Every sigh, with every glance, with every heartbeat, you can find. Oh, can you tell on this it's let your heart decide when you're in love. Okay. Okay, I pulled a card today and it's balance. Card number 23, balance. Now, let's get on Instagram for this one. We'll do a quick reel. Card 23, balance. Hey guys, welcome to Moving On TV. Today I pulled balance. Sorry if it's back to front. Balance, card number 23. Balance keeps me sane and happy on a daily basis. Today is about coming back into balance. Imagine you have got a metaphorical scale that is running across your body and from left to right. Today, bring yourself back in line. Try to be connected and still. Hey guys, welcome to Moving On TV. Today I pulled balance. Cool. Stay sane daily. Today is about balance. Coming back into balance. You see the scales? Love, self-love brings you back into balance because you know you need to eat, you need to drink water, you need to come off Moving On TV now, Lauren. Card number 23. Okay, stay sane daily. Vlog 100. We've gone past 100 posts. Balance. Self-love and self-care, right? Self-love, self-care, they bring you back into balance. Mental health. Mental health. Mental health recovery. Peace. Creativity. All these things. If sometimes you feel yourself, like sometimes when I've done too much singing, I can go out of balance and I cry a lot. Because it touches me inside. That's how I connect to spirit through my singing. That's how I've always connected to spirit through my singing when I was a child. And I didn't even know what spirituality was. I would connect through my singing. Okay. So sometimes when I do too much, it pushes me out of balance. So I'm going to go now because I know that feeling of when I'm starting to feel self-awareness. Self-nurturing. All these things are going to put you back into balance. Letting go of attachments. Remember the box of Rice Krispies. Buddhism, Course in Miracles. Love, anything that keeps you in balance. I mean, if you look at the pets, look at your pets, cuddle your animals. Yeah? Brings you back into balance again and again. Moving on TV. We are moving on TV. We are the new media. We are the media that brings you love and brings you hope.
gmail.com and join the party. No, I am the actress. Bonjour, my name is Lauren Hope Glory. I am the ghost. I am the actress that plays the part of Piaf. And I am asking you to sponsor Moving on TV because when I go on the stage, I bare my face to the audience and say, I would have there. And that is why I only wear nude makeup, organic. And so I am looking for a sponsor who will come on board Moving on TV with us, who does organic makeup, because that's all I'll wear on this beautiful shell, as will Piafa as well. Please contact us at movingontv1@gmail.com and join the party. No, yes, yes. Bonjour. Bye-bye.
The thoughts I have of you, you're always on my mind. Circling, circling round my brain, it happens all the time. I close my eyes and...
Hey guys, my name is Lauren Hope Glory. I'm the CEO of Moving on TV.
The anger you display, I really cannot take. Want to break the barriers that you and I would make. There'll always be a part of you down deep inside. In the corners of my heart, you're always on my mind. Wish we were together, not all alone. wish we were together, not all alone. I try to follow all the cycles of the night, up and down the feelings go, I know it is right. Reaching out to touch your love, but emptiness is here. Wish that you were here again. You'll always be there.
Why am I all black and white? Whatever. Anyway, my name's Baba Bert and this is me vlog. Me vlog day one. Staying sane one day at a time. I'm sorry, I've only got a white towel. I'm at Janie's and I've got a nice new shower cap.
Right. Reaching out to touch your love, but emptiness is here. Wish that you were here again.